Hey guys, welcome back. This is O'Neill Family Farms, and thanks for stopping by. Can you say hi, big guy?
Hi, big guy.
Hi, big guys. Can you jump? We're gonna be cautious. Where are you even going? So be honest, how many of us would take that whole loop now? At what age do you just go directly to the door? Somebody was here already? Who?
I don't know.
Was it me? Better check out your gator. So how we doing, guys? I promise I haven't been holding out on you. We haven't been in the field lately because things just been wet, and luckily today it is sunny out though, so that's a positive sign. It's been a lot of damp, wet days, and it's just been too wet to get in the field. We did have a couple nice days last week, but just not enough to dry everything out. But hopefully next week we can get started on some of this stuff. But no, this video probably won't be super long, but I just want to kind of keep you up to date on some of the things we have been doing in the shop. Last time you kind of see me, I was starting to work on my tanks, and so right now I'm going to show you an install video of what I did after the last video on getting these Demco SideQuest tanks hooked up. In case if you didn't catch the last video, how they'll hook up is they bolt to the belly here, and then back there's an extension off the axle that kind of support the rear. It stabilizes them nicely and allows us to carry a little bit more weight. That's where we mount the pump right there. These are Surefire Ag pumps. These are the older models. Actually, these have lasted a long time. I believe they use like a high pro pump here, but the rest of this is Surefire Ag and how they design it to go through the flow meter and all that stuff. Here's me installing them. Looks like since I've been here this morning, looks like somebody dropped off some seed. This isn't going to be our seed. This is a seed for a custom guy, or a guy that we do some custom farming for, and I think that's the Aurora Co-op brand, if I'm not mistaken, right? But I got some of that to go in the ground. So we're going to be starting. This whole wall is going to be filled up with seed here shortly. Actually, I'm surprised they haven't came this week, because I think a lot of guys are screaming for space in their shops. So I actually got a little bit of seed here, but this came earlier. But no, we'll start getting chemicals and all sorts of jazz up along this wall here. It'll probably fill out these at least first few squares, if not more. But another thing we decided to end up doing is kind of a change to our strip tillers. And we're slightly excited about this. We hope it works well, but we really like the Orthman strip tillers. They work well. one of the things what we've always liked about Orthman is everything is built heavy. We just like stuff built heavy duty. That way, especially when you're going speed, fast, Orthman builds things heavy duty. The adjustment for the fur openers on this was always a pin adjust. Every field changes conditions, and you'd have to get out and come out there, and it takes a little bit of time, and they're really heavy, and so you got to adjust them, which isn't terrible. Some fields you could get by. Something that we hope that will kind of customize each field to its own setting is Hawkins Ag came out with something like this for the fur openers. They're individual and they're floating, and kind of the way you do adjust any kind of depth to them is the weights on the back there. In doing this, we're hoping to get a little more even cleaning of the row. And so kind of to take us back a little bit, we actually used to be no-till on our farm 100%. Probably before 2012, I think, is the first year we kind of started strip tilling. And maybe 2011. This is actually a 2011 strip tiller. Anyway, I'm not making sense now, but we were no-till before this. The problem we were having is a lot of times here in Nebraska, and I know a lot of places across the Corn Belt, but we usually start right after the frost comes out of the ground, so you're always fighting that cool soil temp and things like that. And so what strip till has allowed us to do is kind of just allowed us to not only place our nutrients probably right in the root zone, but it also helps that root and where you place that seed to warm up quicker. And the reason why that's important is you want that seed temp, the soil temp, to be, at least above 55 or in the mid 50s at least, for that seed to get activated to start growing. And so what the strip till does is kind of shoves that trash out of the way, allows that seed zone to warm up, increase that. Now, I'm not saying no-till doesn't work, because you can make no-till work. It's just we're kind of killing two birds in our operation with strip tilling. We're placing our nutrients hopefully a little bit better while making it pass a strip and heating up that root zone as well. And so that's kind of our philosophy beyond that. But nope, I made a video of us kind of installing these here, so I'll let you view that here now. Then a lot of other little things I've been doing is going around, and all these tractors have some kind of auto track system or guidance system. Screens you put on, they all need to be updated every year, or sometimes even twice a year. John Deere updates the software on them, so you got to go around and update them. They make it a lot easier now. You can actually do it from the screens themselves. I probably showed you that in a video before, but even the receivers up there, that one's a Starfire 3000. That one's usually our tillage tractor, so we'll put it on a disc. Vertical till, which is another kind of a hybrid disc. These are the 6000. These are the latest John Deere receivers as of now. And so they all have software or firmware in them that need to be updated. Hey, I almost forgot. Last video, we had the generic sprayer coming through here. John Deere came out. Actually, they made the mechanic come out and put the sticker on. We actually have a full-on John Deere sprayer right now. So isn't that beautiful? Isn't she lovely? I even updated all the software in that thing. My brother's still got to put the sprayer tips on this. That doesn't take too long. But we got about 3 or 4 sets of sprayer tips that we use on them. Because for every different rate, say if you want to do a high rate, sometimes you got to do different spray tips. Now they do have an exact apply, which sounds awesome, but it's expensive. And so if any of you guys run exact apply, you'll know what I'm talking about for those of you who have it. But it's kind of a higher performance spray tip system on the new sprayers, but we haven't gotten into that yet. So here's the brother's rig right here. His is all, we got it saddled up, ready to roll. Everything's kind of a twin on his. Now those of you who watched our channel last year, we did run stock stompers. This year we're not even gonna try it because our down corn was so low that our stalks are cut off really low to the ground. And so the stock stompers we have don't really get the shorter stuff very well, so we're not even gonna mess with it. Plus it's an extra thing to have to put on your tractor, and I don't like having them on just because it's an extra thing. And so maybe if we get by this year with it, fine. I don't know, because they cost money, tires cost money, and we haven't really ran Michelin's that much, so we'll see how well they handle this stuff. If we were able to do dirt work last week, we actually still had this thing set up to do dirt work, but we decided we were going to use our tillage tractor in there to put it on the blade to finish out our dirt work that we still need to get done. And so that's kind of what we're waiting to do now. I'm just kind of going around. I wasn't holding out on you. We weren't really doing anything awesome last week, so I was making sure nobody's watching me make a fool of myself out here. Still gotta slap a ladder on this. We haven't done anything to our spray trailer yet, but we gotta slap a ladder on this. Put our fill hose on it. There's the vertical till that we'll put on. We don't plan on doing much of it, vertical tilling this year. We'll hook back up to that with the other 8310R to finish all our dirt work. Now we got one contract of corn to finish hauling in. We got Gordon working on that. Pivot track closer here. We'll just hook up with that and go this week. We would be running now if conditions were right. The only thing is we're just waiting for stuff to go. The further we get pushed along, the more we're just gonna hit the wall and fly hard, because we still got to hook up to that yellow or our row stalker over there for our ridge till ground. And I'll explain that more in later videos. So yeah, that's just kind of what's going around the farm. Another side note is it was my birthday yesterday, April 3rd, so happy birthday to me. Does any of your kids watch Coco Melon? He's busy. So yeah, I'm excited to get rolling. Even though there's a lot of things to not get excited about in the world right now. And so these are all the old fur openers, or what I call furrow openers. Yeah, hopefully these things work and make it a little bit more slicker for us to strip till with. I think Dad was gonna clean it off, but it was just chilly enough he didn't feel like it. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this shorter video, or I guess I haven't edited it yet, so I don't really know how short it's gonna be. But in light of things that's going on, I know a lot of things been shut down. Yeah, we're just kind of hunkering down and waiting hopefully for this thing to pass. And I know it's affected a lot of people, and so if it's affected you personally, I just want to say my heart goes out to you, and I don't know really what else to say is other than it just kind of a stinky situation. I also know a lot of churches been shut down, their doors have been closed, and a lot of things have been going online, and it's really interesting to see that go on. And actually our church has been putting just posting it to YouTube and doing different things like that. So if your church has been shut down and they're not doing anything online. If you're interested, you can check out the one, our pastor. I'll just put it in the link below, and if I'm able to, maybe even put the last Sunday's video at the end of this video here. So just keeping involved in church and just keeping connected as people during these times, even though we can't really physically be close to a lot of ourselves. Thank God there's a lot of technology out there that can bring us close, which isn't a replacement, but it's something to kind of band-aid the thing while we're going through all this. And so yeah, once again, let's stay positive. Hopefully we'll be in the field next week and we can actually start doing maybe some cooler videos here. How about that, Garrett? All right. Hey guys, thanks again for watching, and we'll catch you on the next video.